On my video. Sure. A very great evening, forever Southern Africa. This is Manager Sibusisiwe speaking all the way from Eswatini. I am super excited to be hosting tonight's business presentation, a job I do not take lightly at all. Before I proceed, please can you confirm in the chat if you can hear me? Am I audible enough? Can you see my screen as well? Thank you so much, leaders. Thank you so much. I would like to honor our country sales manager. Thank you so much, Coach Oni, for this beautiful opportunity that you have granted me. I am super grateful and I hope I'm going to do justice to this session. I would also like to honor our guest for tonight, Thato Moremong. Thank you so much, Thato, for coming. I hope that as we listen to your story, we are going to be inspired to take action. We are going to be inspired to change our lives through this opportunity. I'd also like to welcome everyone, the VIPs for tonight, which is our guests that we have invited, our prospects. I hope you're going to love it here and you're going to be inspired to change your lives as well with our opportunity and amazing products. In the interest of time, I would like to start and share about this amazing opportunity. So this is Forever Southern Africa. Did I introduce myself? I do not remember. But I did mention that I'm in Eswatini. Please, in the chat, type and share where you are joining us from. I am joining from the comfort of my home in Manzini, Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland. I don't know where you are joining us from. Let us see. We have someone from Wales. How amazing. Namibia, Polokwane, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Bloemfontein. My goodness, Forever is indeed a global business. From Zimbabwe, Queenstown, Botswana, Nelspruit, Mpumalanga. This is really amazing. And if you have forgotten to invite your prospects, this is the best time to call them and invite them. Ask them to join. We are on Zoom, but if they are struggling to join, I believe that we are going to be streaming as well on YouTube. In the interest of time, let us get started. Oftentimes, when people ask me what they should bring when they come to our business presentations, I always say bring an open mind. I do not know about you. I don't know what you've brought. Maybe you've brought a notebook, a pen. You are excited to learn. You want to write. More than anything, ladies and gentlemen, tonight you are going to benefit the most from this session if you bring an open mind. On the 23rd of May 2024, I went into a presentation of this nature. I recall very well, Manager Kumo was presenting and Susan from Botswana. I knew nothing about Forever, but because I brought an open mind, I left that presentation with a life-changing opportunity. A week later, I signed up and I said yes to forever because I had brought an open mind. I was going through so much in my life, and I believed that I did not see, or I had not seen the poster by mistake. I was ready to change my life. I don't know where you are right now. I don't know who asked you to join and where exactly in your life you are. But if you bring an open mind and you believe that this is an opportunity that did not just come to you, it is alignment. It is God who aligned this opportunity with you, who invited someone, who asked someone, who prompted someone, your destiny helper, to share this opportunity with you, then you're going to benefit so much from this presentation. So this is Forever Southern Africa. Before we start our sessions, we always say, reflect on this important question, which is, what matters the most to you? I don't know what matters the most to you. But for me, it is my family. My family matters the most to me. Every day as I wake up, I make sure that I create the best life for them. I want my children to look at me and see a woman that fought. And this is the opportunity that I am using to fight for a better future for my kids. I don't know what matters the most to you. It could be your health. This is the right business opportunity. If health matters the most to you, if quality experiences matter the most to you, Forever is the best opportunity. Again, if you want a fulfilling career, if you are saying, where I am not fulfilled, I do not know why I am waking up each day. I have the qualifications, I have the job, I have the positions, but I am not happy. I feel like I'm not making an impact. This is the perfect platform for you to create lasting change, a legacy that is going to outlive you long after you are gone. Forever is going to be a household name because of the opportunity that you would have taken. So I want you to think deeply about this. We rarely get the time to think about what matters the most to us because our daily lives are always a red race. We are rushing to work, we are busy with the kids, we are busy with our daily grind. But if you would just stop for a moment to think about what matters the most to you, because this is the opportunity that could just give you what exactly you are looking for. So this is Forever. If you have probably been noticing around, maybe you've seen this brand, you've seen this beautiful eagle, and you've seen this mustard yellow, and you probably think, yet another business, or yet another pyramid scheme, or yet another opportunity. I'm not looking for this. Oh, I know Forever. I'm going to challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, to stay until the end of the session, because what you think you know about Forever, you probably have not even scratched the surface, because what I'm going to share with you, coupled with our guest for tonight, her story, you are going to have a newfound belief for our business opportunity. So this is a company that originates from Arizona in the USA. It has headquarters are in Scottsdale in Arizona, and it was founded by the late Rex, may his soul rest in peace. In the year 1978, he found a business that did not just change his life, but changed the lives of many other people, including me and you. Because as we speak right now, Forever has presence in 140 plus countries all over the world. How amazing is this? From just a family business to a global life-changing opportunity. This is an opportunity where Forever grows their own aloe farms in the Dominican Republic. We're going to go into detail about these aloe farms as we discuss the travel opportunities that Forever offers. So this is our executive. We have Greg Mon, who is the son of the late Rex Mon. He is the CEO of Forever Living Products. We have Aiden O'Hare, who is the president of Forever Living Products. We have Garin, who is the executive vice president of sales and technology. And we have Jean, who is, we call him JB, who is the Vice President of Africa Forever Living Products. And then we have the gorgeous country sales manager, Mama Oni Coach, Mama Dia Oni Mutumela, who is the overseer of all these countries that you see: Eswatini, Lesotho, Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and recently we have been joined by Angola. So this is Forever Southern Africa. Should you choose to build a business with us, these are the countries that are under our umbrella as Forever Southern Africa. And I want to proudly mention, ladies and gentlemen, that in the year 2025, Forever Southern Africa made it to the top three in the entire world. Yes, we made it to the top three globally in terms of our sales. So if you are thinking this is an amazing opportunity, but I do not think that Forever would work, in terms of our market in Africa, I want to break it down to you. We are number three in the world, which means in Africa, we consume these amazing products. In Africa, we've created so much opportunity through this amazing brand. So this is permission for you to believe in this amazing business. All right. And I'm so proud to have contributed to the sales, as well, because I recently joined the business. So what makes Forever different? You probably have heard that Forever is a network marketing company, and there's thousands and thousands of network marketing companies. As we speak, there's a lot of mushrooming companies, even in South Africa. And you would be tempted to think that Forever is like the rest of them. I want to say to you, Forever is different. And this is how. This is my amazing mentor, by the way. um, Forever has been around for 48 years. Now, that is enough for us to see how sustainable this business is, because in South Africa, Forever arrived in the year 1995 and has been around for the past 31 years. If that is not sustainability, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what it is, because we all see new companies come and go, but Forever has stood the test of time. Different markets, different pandemics, different, kinds of economies, but Forever has thrived. So this is a business of the 21st century. And when we talk about the quality of the product that we're offering, we are here talking about a product that has been certified organic. Forever was the first among all the companies that offer alu products to receive the seal of the Alu Science Council. That means Forever does their homework when it comes to research and quality. They do not just give us products, they give us well-researched products. Please type quality in the comment section if you believe in the quality of our products, even if you don't believe in the opportunity. But trust me, once you interact with our products, your belief will change, because Forever really sees to it that they give us the best. And when I say the best, I am not just saying it because I'm in the business, but I'm just telling you, even if I were to stop distributing Forever today, I do not think I would find any company that matches the quality that Forever offers. Forever also is kosher certified and halal certified. This matters the most to our Muslim community. And we also have a cruelty-free product, which means Forever does not test their products on animals. Forever is also a member of the Direct Selling Association. Yes, we are regulated, which means whatever policies, however, in terms of even the way Forever compensates us, it is regulated. And this is very important in an industry like ours, which is the network marketing industry. So we are the largest grower of alu in the world. We boast of over acres and acres of alu fields that Forever produces our alu organically. So this is a vertically integrated company. What does this mean? Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find our products in shops. There is no middleman. When we talk about Forever products, we are talking about a company that will produce the plant and create the product, manufacture, package, and give the product to us as distributors to sell. This ensures that all the profits that the company would be making, and all the money that they would otherwise be spending on marketing and paying, a distributor, it goes to us as Forever business owners. This is why we pride ourselves in marketing and using these products, because we are the distributors of these amazing products. And when we talk about the aloe, the good stuff is inside the inner leaf of the aloe vera gel. We are not using any other part of the aloe but the gel, which is the inner leaf. And it is worth mentioning, ladies and gentlemen, that our products are not medicinal in nature, but they are nutritional supplements. They are not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. They are used as nutritional supplements, or rather food supplements. So we have mentioned that Forever grows their own aloe, and here is one of the aloe fields. We have over 7,500 acres of land, growing over 40 million plants. This is indeed a sustainable business, and we do not just use any aloe. Maybe you're wondering, what if I use the aloe in my backyard? It could not be the aloe that we are using, because Forever uses a special variety which is called Aloe babadensis mila, which is the most nutritionally viable variety. And this aloe is hand harvested to ensure that every leaf, is taken care of. And as you may see here, each aloe plant will produce up to 5 years, because what they will do is that they are going to cut off the leaf and leave the aloe plant to continue to grow. This is indeed sustainable. And then it is hand filleted. Forever has multiple, manufacturing plants where it is hand harvested, hand filleted, and this also provides opportunities, for people to be able to create jobs and be able to earn a living. And in these aloe manufacturing plants, we extract only the pure, potent inner aloe vera gel. As you may know, our popular drink, the aloe vera gel, we are so proud to say it is not a juice. Rather, it is the pure gel as it comes straight from the inner leaf. So we really, really are the best. I've heard some leaders say we are the Rolls Royce of network marketing. And I do agree. I am struggling to find a matching product to our aloe vera gel because of the work that Forever takes in terms of how they grow it, how they harvest it, and how they eventually turn it into what we can drink and consume, as the end user. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still following, please give me a 5 in the comment section. And if you're excited to learn more about what we do, type a 5 in the comment section. At this point in time, I'm going to go into what we do as Forever business owners. I'm struggling to keep up with the chat. I hope I am still audible. Thank you very much. What exactly do we do at Forever? Maybe you are wondering, I've seen you do a lot of things. Is it not a lot of work? Let me tell you, it's just a few things done consistently. And, I love the very first thing that we do because it defines who we are as Forever business owners. We wouldn't take a product to the market that we ourselves did not believe in, that did not change our own life. So the very first thing we do as Forever business owners is to consume the aloe. I sometimes interact with my customers and I invite them to the opportunity and they say, I just want to use the products first before I join. And I remind them that as Forever business owners, that is a very thing we do. So when you join our business, you will be using the products anyway. So using the products is not something we do last. Forever business owners, hello, we use the products first. We do not use the products as a last resort because people did not buy. We start by using the products because we want to be confident in the way we share. We want to understand our product and we want to represent our product. In our industry, we say you need to be the product of your product. And this is very, very true. If you want to sell our products and recommend them with confidence, you need to use the product. Please type in the comment section how many products you use on a daily basis. I want to see FBOs. How many products did you use today? Just today alone, how many products did you use? I think I have used more than 10. I don't know. But I've used, starting from my tooth gel, to my aloe blossom tea, to my supplements, to my skincare range, my deodorant. Oh my goodness, I think I probably have used even more than 20 products today. How many products have you used? You as an FBO need to use your products. My mentor Nolufefe is saying she's used more than 20. How amazing. Yes, yes. 5, 8, 3. If you have not started using our products, you are missing out. If you are here in this meeting, whether you will decide to join or not, please, please, please go back to the person who invited you and ask them to share at least 3 products with you. They can start with the tooth gel, the desire spray or the dream spray, probably the shield. But trust me, once you just get 3 products, you'll be hooked for life. Number 2, what do? We don't just sell the products as many people think. Rather, we share the benefits of our products. Remember, we said we use the products. So after using the products, you get your own testimonial of the product. You tend to understand it better. You get the transformation that you need, right? We have products that are going to boost your energy, that are going to help you have good skin, that are going to help you smell amazing. All those are benefits that you can start to share with your community. And because social media is a big part of what we do what, ladies and gentlemen, we plug our friends, right? Now we don't just sell, we plug them and we say, hey, have you heard about marine collagen? Let me plug you. If you want to look amazing for longer, let me plug you with our collagen. So we share the benefits with our community until you develop a customer base of 20 to 30 regular customers. This is not something that happens overnight, ladies and gentlemen. It's something that is done through consistent effort. I've been in the business for 2 years. And I'm going to tell you, you work very hard to build that customer base. But once you get the right customers, trust me, you cruise nicely because you will find one person buying almost all the products that you are using because they just enjoy them. So then number three, we build a team. What is this? Yes, others call it recruiting, but in essence, this is you inviting other people to the opportunity to do exactly what you're doing, which is using the products and sharing the benefits of the products. You're looking for people that are looking for extra income, that are self-motivated, that are looking for a transformation in their lives, in their health, in their finances, and otherwise. And those people are going to join you. And you build this team until you find your five key people. When we talk about a key person, we're talking about someone that is self-driven, someone that is a self-starter, that will not need to be pushed to do their business, someone that has a strong why that wakes them up at night, someone that is excited and enthusiastic. Yes, our business, a big part of it is sharing energy. So you're also looking for people that are going to share in that excitement, people that are going to work the simple business cycle. We're going to unpack this in the coming slides. And then number four, you become a business developer. Not everyone is a business developer. It's only a few people. Yes, we say it's the 1% because not everyone is willing to go the extra mile, to stay the course, to work and invest in other people, because business developers are not just people that are retailing the product, but it's people that are interested in other people, people that want other people to win as well, people that are passionate about developing others. And I always say this: if you are a pastor, you should be in this business. If you are a mentor somewhere, maybe, or wherever in your career you are passionate about helping people, this is the right business. Most business developers will earn a good 6 to 7 figure income and even beyond because of the kind of impact they have made. So this is what we do. We use the products, we share the benefits, we build a team, and we also coach people. Not everyone will build a team. It is totally optional. Not everyone will get to business developer, but using the products and sharing the products, that is where most people, you find that they resonate with our business opportunity. And what products are we offering, ladies and gentlemen? We have quite a wide variety of products ranging from drinks, daily nutrition, weight management, skincare, feed programs, personal care, body care, B products, active lifestyle. All these are products that we offer, over 200 products in our market in Africa. So when you join the business, you are free to explore the range that resonates with you. You probably are looking for something to manage your weight, and that could probably be the products that you niche down and market. Maybe you're looking for, immune boosters. Once you find the product, you can even focus on those products. That's the beauty of our products. We have wide variety. And the good thing is that these are products for the whole family, from our babies up to the elderly. So this is a product that, it caters for the whole family. And when we look at our products, this is a big market, over $4 trillion globally. When we look at the product that we offer, people are looking for vitamins and supplements. They are looking to manage their weight, and above all, they are looking for these solutions with organic products. So Forever is an organic skincare brand, nutritional brand, weight management brand. So people are looking for this. And if anything, 2020 taught us is that supplements are supposed to be a household essential. It's not, for white people. We didn't grow up, thinking that supplements are for us, right? But now we've seen that in the way we consume our food, the processed foods that we eat, the lifestyles that we lead, supplements are an important part of our lives. So Forever is offering an essential product. Are you still following? Please give me a one in the comment section if you're still moving with me. Give me a one. I want to know if I'm still moving with you. All right. So, what is Forever? It is a network marketing business opportunity. Yes, Forever is a business where we call it a social selling model, a direct selling model, where the company offers a product and engages us as distributors. You join the business so that you can start your own business under the company and share the benefits of the product as well as the opportunity with your friends. Most people join because they want to create extra income through selling our high quality products. Personally, I joined because I was looking for extra income. And as a mom, I enjoy this opportunity so much. I stay at home with my 4-year-old, and I just love the flexibility that Forever offers. So Forever is an opportunity that offers different things for different people. Again, think about what matters the most to you. Some are looking for just an extra income. Some are looking to be gracious stay-at-home moms like myself. Others are looking for personal growth, flexibility. Others are looking for the products. A lot of the times we find our customers, thinking about joining because they love the products and they want to benefit in terms of our discounts. And when it comes to our discounts, we have discounts from 5% to 48% for everyone that joins our business, depending on your level in the business. So, who wouldn't want a good discount? Everybody wants to save, right? So, what Forever is not, definitely not a job. Yes, you may hear us talking about pay slips. At the end of the month, we got paid, but Forever is an effort-based opportunity, which means for you to be paid in Forever, you need to put in consistent effort on a month-to-month basis. There's no guarantees. By signing your form and joining the business, there's no guarantee that you will be paid. You need to consistently work the marketing plan, consistently build and rebuild your business. It is a no work, no pay kind of business. Please tell me if you are going to be paid this month. Give me a 5 in the comment section. Looking at your CCs this month, are you going to be paid? Or I we are peaceful lapho? Please don't go there. It is a business that will teach you consistency, because for you to be paid, you need to consistently show up. But over time, you benefit from residual effort, because when you build your business over time, you build your team over time, your client base over time, you start to even benefit, in the long run from work that you've done over the past 10, 5, 15 years and so on. So this is our simple business cycle that we follow. First, it starts with you identifying your why. Why do you want to be in the business? What exactly are you looking for? We really encourage that you know your why and you consistently revisit it, because it is not an easy business. So it is going to consistently question you every time it gets hard. When the going gets tough, you're going to be challenged and you may feel like quitting, but your why should keep you grounded. Your why will cause you to continue even when everyone in your team leaves, your customers don't order again. You are going to continue building your business because your why will be your biggest driver. So what do we do on a daily basis? Forever business owners, did you contact people today? That is what we do. My mentor says 5 people, not less than 5 people on a daily basis. So you need to contact people. Everyone that is in this presentation, one way or the other, they were contacted. And then we show you what we do through a business presentation of this nature. And then we register you. Yes, once you say, I'm ready to start my journey, we give you a form, or you go on our online system and you register to be a member. You buy your first stock and you get started. And then your mentor is going to sit with you to plan with you, right? That is where you're going to discuss with you what exactly are your goals and how can you get to those goals. Different people join for different reasons. This is why it's important, to choose the right mentor who's going to provide an individualized strategy for your business. and guide you into your success, right? And then you build your business to manager level. Most of our top earners in the business are managers. So you want to get to manager level. They call it the land of milk and honey. I don't know. But as a manager myself, I think I'm starting to taste it. I think I'm starting to believe that indeed this business starts at manager level. So now you may see other benefits maybe online. You've seen the lifestyle. You've still people are traveling all the time, the self-development, others, they are at a level where they are no longer worried about finances. Others are retiring to do this business, and others are buying their slick machines. Yes, people are buying cars and homes and everything. It doesn't start there. It starts with you identifying your why and following the simple business cycle over and over again. Can I make this disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen? Forever does not offer cars and homes for people that join you. Work your business. And if you are looking for these things, you need to be willing to do the hard work. It is not easy, but it requires a lot of resilience, a lot of showing up, and a lot of faith, really, because they will not happen overnight. And if you're at the level where you are buying groceries and being able to keep the lights on, buy airtime, be able to pay for Wi-Fi, it is good. It is where everybody started. It is not all about the big things. A lot of people that eventually quit the business, they quit because they had high expectations on low effort. Yes, high expectations without, putting in the work that is required. Most of the people that have the things that we're looking for, they've stayed the course and they've done the hard things. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the different ways in which you can be a part of our business community. We have two ways in which you can join our business. The first one is joining as a forever business owner. This is you becoming a full member in the business, right? So how do you become a full member? We have this amazing box. I'm sure you've seen it circulating on social media. It is affectionately known as the e-box Your Dumo. It is a Start Your Journey combo pack. It is a box that contains 25 products that have been selected from our top 10 bestsellers in Southern Africa. And this is the best way to join the business. Why? Because it starts you off, as a full member. You are immediately upgraded to assistant supervisor, where you are going to start buying the products at 30% discount. You're going to be able to start sponsoring and building your team. And for every person that you bring into the business, the company is going to pay you for that referral. So it is the best business entry package. Again, it contains 25 products, and you will find these products in multiples, twos and threes, which allows you to also start by using the products. Maybe you'll find 3 aloe lips there. You will try one so that you're able to speak confidently about your new products, right? So it is the best way. However, if you do not have, the 7,400 rands, it currently goes for 7,400 rands to start the business. There is no problem. You can start with what you have from 1,600. When you start with 1,600, you are called a preferred customer. Preferred customers get a 5% discount. They get a 5% discount, and they buy with 5% discount until they are able to get to full membership. Forever is going to give you 2 months, 2 consecutive months to finish off your registration for full membership. So you can buy your small orders and accumulate the points required for you to be eventually a full member. We're going to discuss that in detail. So those are the two ways of starting your business. Please let me know in the comment section if you can understand, if you're excited to start. Just type yes if you understand how we get started in the business. You can start off as a full member, or you can start off as a preferred customer. So what does it take to build a successful business in forever? Every company, every business has principles that we abide by. Companies have what we call KPIs, key performance indicators. And in every industry, for us to know if we are doing the right thing, we are guided by certain guidelines and standards. And for our business, we have the guiding principle being 4CC. Yes, 4CC. I've heard FBO sing, ukuthi 4CC amanzi amancane, which means It's something easy to do, really. And yes, it is easy to do depending on the mindset that you have. So, how do you do this? The first thing is CCS stands for case credits, which is the global currency that Forever uses. I'm going to take you back. I said in the beginning, Forever is present in 140 countries, which means in all these different countries, we use our different currencies. In Eswatini, we use Lilangen. In South Africa, we have the Rand. In Botswana, the Pula. We have different currencies. In the US, we have the US dollar. So how does Forever standardize the business to make sure that it's a fair business for every Forever business owner, regardless of where they are operating from? We have the case credits. So this is a global point system allocated to each product. The different products have a different point attached to it, right? I'll give you an example. Our aloe vera gel has 0.102 cc's. Our aloe vera jelly, the tube, has 0.060 cc's, right? So the different products have different points. Right. So now, by using the products for yourself as a Forever business owner, as you buy for personal use, you are accumulating the points, right? As you sell to your customers, buy stock that you will sell or share your link for those that prefer to buy online, you are also accumulating these points. And as you invite people to join you and as they buy the package, for example, the Boxio Dumo, the Starter Journey combo, you are also going to get what? Points. So all those points that you get from buying your personal products, from retailing and also from recruiting, brought together, your personal effort for that month is going to contribute to your 4cc. Anyone that is serious about building a sustainable business in Forever takes 4cc's seriously. It's not compulsory. You're not going to be disqualified or removed from the business if you don't do your 4cc. But if you want to build something sustainable, you are here to win, you are here to make money, you are here to transform your life, then 4cc is something you have to embrace from the beginning. All right. I am going to share this slide. It's going to be the last slide for this part of my presentation. Our guest asked that I allow her to share her story just after the slide, and then we're going to cover the incentives part of our business. I hope this is something that my CSM allows. All right. So we have this success formula on a daily basis. What do you do as a Forever business owner? I remember when I was employed back then, I was given a daily method of operation, right? I needed to know what exactly should I be doing, as I come to the office on a daily basis. What exactly should I be doing? Even you as a Forever business owner, you need to be clear about your DMO. What is your daily method of operation? What exactly should on a daily basis, give yourself a target. Don't just say, I'm waiting for people to come and buy or order. That's not how we do this business. You need to have a daily target to say, today I want to sell 1 bottle of aloe vera gel. So let's go with the example of 1 bottle of aloe vera gel. If you sell 1 bottle as an assistant supervisor, so an assistant supervisor is someone that joined the business with the Start Your Journey combo, or they started maybe with a smaller package and they accumulated their points within 2 months to make it to full membership. So as an assistant supervisor, now you buy your products at 30% discount, which means from 1 bottle of aloe vera gel, you are going to be making a profit of 175 rands 16 cents. I don't know if this is life-changing money for you, but for me and my family, 175 is life-changing money. Please type in the comment section what you would do with a profit of 175. I would personally be able to load electricity units, right? Now, give yourself a target to say, let me sell 2 bottles a day. If you sell 2 bottles a day, you are going to make a profit of 350 rands as an assistant supervisor, right? As an assistant supervisor. And now you push this target for 5 days a week. Maybe now you're starting to think, how will I do this? Because I'm employed, I'm busy. Listen, my friend, social media is where it's at. You're going to be pushing out your content on social media. You're going to be posting your posts. We have FLP 360 where you can even schedule your posts to run while you are in meetings in boardrooms. You're running around doing your mom errands. You have your posts running in the background, and you have people buying either from your online shop, or they order, they call you, they WhatsApp you to buy these products. That's how I do it. But it is very possible to give yourself a daily target and you to make 1,751 as your profit a week, because you are targeting to sell 10 bottles of alu in just 5 days. Now, tell me what you would do with 1,751 rand 60. Tell me what that money would do for you in just a week. Ladies and gentlemen, there's people that go to work for an entire month and they make this kind of money. You would be making it as an extra income alongside maybe your regular income, or maybe you're a housewife like myself, and you're making an extra 1.7. Honestly, that is life-changing money. All right. Let's repeat the same thing now for 4 weeks in a month. We are repeating the same process of selling 2 bottles of alu a day, but now we are repeating it over a 4 week period, right? After 4 weeks, you would have made a profit of 7,006 Rand 40 cents as your profit. Please again tell me in the comments, what would you do with 7,006 Rand 40 cents? This money keeps going up. Honestly, we started with only 175, but now we're at 7,006. Again, this is for someone who's focused, who knows why they joined the business, and who has big dreams with this business. All right. And now the interesting part here is that as you are busy buying stock and making sure that you sell your 2 bottles of alu a day, you're accumulating points. We talked about CCs. So now you have a total of 4 CCs, 4.08 CCs that you got from just buying your 2 bottles of alu a day, from making sure that you are just selling your 2 bottles of alu. As you buy that stock, you have accumulated 4.08 CCs, and you've automatically hit the company KPI, right? You've already met the target for the month for you to qualify for all the incentives that Forever offers. Remember, we said Forever offers more than just, profit. We have other benefits, monthly income, with other things that we're going to touch into for you to be able to, the minimum requirement rather is for you to do 4cc. So you already have done your 4cc from just buying these 2 bottles, all right, on a daily basis and selling to your customers, repeating the same process, all right. And now you share the opportunity. It's not hard to share the opportunity if you yourself are making money. What becomes difficult is you trying to invite people to a business that you are not yet benefiting from. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, to know that at Forever, we don't just invite people to come. We invite people to come and do what we are doing. So you will be teaching them to do the same thing, which is selling 2 bottles of alu every day. All right. And that one person that you would have invited, they said yes, they purchased their first stock. Now the company is going to be rewarding you with a 25% preferred customer profits. We call this a referral bonus, and this is 1,693 Rand 48. The company pays this money within 10 days into your account for you, just to thank you for referring business. Today, how many people did you refer to that restaurant, to that Netflix series that is trending, to that movie that you watched, to that school that you are taking your children to? Did those businesses pay you? Forever is going to pay you for talking about this business. We get paid for talking about this business. All right. And now, because you're an assistant supervisor and you've done your 4cc, we're already at 6.08 case credits, because you already have accumulated 2 CCs from signing up your friend who joined the business to also make money like you. All right. So now, because we have met the company target of 4cc, the company pays us a boost bonus assistant supervisors, this is for you. When you do your 4CC, you get a boost bonus, more like a cashback, of 5%. So in this case, when you look at the numbers here, it is 1,354 rand 51. So now when you add the 7,006 for your profit, 1.693 for referring your friend into the business, that is a once-off bonus, and that boost bonus of 1.3, we have a good 10,054. Ladies and gentlemen, what would you do with an extra income of 10,000? What would you do with an extra income of 10,000? By the way, this is money you can make as someone who is just new in the business, who comes in and you follow what your mentors teach you and you do exactly what we do. That's an extra 10,054 that you could make. Let me know what you would do with this life-changing money. I want to see my child finish at school. This is money that could pay school fees. I love this. Buy football boots. David, oh my goodness. This is life-changing money. It means different things to all of us. Pay my grandchild's university fees. I love this so much. I love this so much. What matters the most to you? What matters the most to you? Right. And if you take it a step further, now I'm talking to people that are dreamers. I'm talking to people that are self-starters. I'm talking to people that see the bigger vision, people that are not here to test the waters, people that are not here to see if it is working, but people that are sold to the dream, people that are looking for more, people that are running to manager. In the first month, you can easily make your 16,097. How? You double all your efforts. You don't just sell 5 days a week, you go 7 days a week, right? You don't just sell, you don't just sell only 40 bottles. Now you take it a step further and you sell 60 bottles. Yes, even on Sunday, even on Saturday. We recommend these products to our, friends at church. Everywhere we go, we can always get someone looking for that energy boost from our alu, right? And if you introduce two people instead of one, now you will have 3,386 rand 96 as your once-off referral bonus. Again, money. Honestly, take that as inspiration because this is where they started. This is where they started and they kept doing the basics. This is how you build this business. And if you take it a step further, and grow your business, now your boost bonus is also going to increase to 2,200. Again, this is not guaranteed. This is performance based. This is you working your business consistently. It is by no means a salary. It is money that you need to consistently work towards. And once now you accumulate all those CCs, right? We have 6 case credits from all those bottles that you sold, 4 case credits from the people that you signed up that month. Now we have a total of 10.12 case credits. And now we upgrade you to the next level in the marketing plan, which is what? Which is supervisor level. This is our core rank in the business. If you are a supervisor, well done. And if you are still sitting at supervisor, this is the time to pack and to move up the marketing plan because it is sweeter at the top. It is nicer at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to just quickly go through the marketing plan before I hand over to my guest. I hope she is in this meeting. She asked to share her story immediately after the marketing plan. All right, so when we start, we all start as forever preferred customers, as mentioned earlier. We all start out there in the red circle. When you buy eBox Your Dumo or your Start Your Journey combo pack, you are going to be a preferred customer that is immediately going to be then upgraded to assistant supervisor. Why? Because you would have accumulated 2 case credits from the box. Okay, now you get your 30% discount, you get your once off of 25% when you sign a new person, and you get 5% boost bonus if you are 4CC active. What does the company ask of you? You need to attend company events and local trainings, in terms of your team and the like. You need to be 4CC active each month, and you need to develop and consistently build your downline. Now, the next level is supervisor. Supervisor requires you to do 10 case credits in 1 month. What are the benefits? You get a discount of 38% as you buy your stock. Now, that's your profit. You get 25% once off when someone joins your team. You get 8% for the new people that join your team. As preferred customers, you get 3% on the volume of your assistant supervisors. Assistant supervisors, now it's the people that you would sign up with the box when they continue and they buy stock in the business, you will get 3% of that volume. Now, the next level is assistant manager. Assistant manager will require you to do 60 case credits in 2 consecutive months. 43% discount you will get as you buy the product. Can you see, as you go up the ladder, you start to get more profits? So as soon as I saw this, when I was looking at the marketing plan, I knew that I have no business staying at assistant supervisor level. I need to climb the ladder and get to manager as soon as possible because I want all the benefits, especially the discounts. We always joke and say managers, they drink a bottle of alu every day. Yes, we consume these products like nobody's business because we're buying them at almost nothing, literally 48%, right? So that is why you need to run to manager as soon as possible. If you just joined today, please don't play, run to manager because that is where the benefits lie. All right, as an assistant manager, you also get the 25% FPC profit, which is your once off for recruiting, 13% on your new people, 5% on your supervisor group, and 8% on your assistant supervisor. All these are big monies, by the way, depending on your team size. So if you really want to benefit the most from our marketing plan, you need to build a team, share the opportunity. Don't be shy to tell people about an opportunity that changed your life. Invite people to these meetings because if you really want this business to work for you, you need to go out there and tell the world. You cannot be shy about something that changes life, would you? All right, so at manager, it's 48% in terms of your discount. You get 25% FPC profit, which is now your once off for sharing the opportunity. You get 18%, in terms of your new people that are just starting out, 5% on your assistant manager group, right? On your assistant managers, you get 5%, 10% on your supervisor group, and you also get 13% on your assistant supervisor group retail. So how then do you become a manager? You are given two ways. You can either do 120 case credits in 2 months or do 150 case credits in 4 months. So all the points accumulated, say you want to start your manager journey from June, July. If you do 120 in those 2 consecutive months, you can do 60, you can do 50, 70. It doesn't matter. But if those points add up to 120, you're a manager. And now if you take the 4 months plan, now it will be June, July, August, September. All those points that are accumulated in those 4 months, if they add up to 150 cc's, now you are going to be a manager. You are expected to lead by example, attend company events, be 4CC active, develop and build your downline. We still have other ranks above manager, which is eagle manager, senior eagle, and so on and so forth. Now, these ranks are based on how many leaders you develop in your downline. Remember, we said we have business developers, so you need to be someone who is passionate about growing people. And as you get to manager level, you start to get paid also from the volume of the managers in your downline. Imagine having 3 lines of managers in your downline. You have that first manager in line. You will get 6% from that manager. They gave birth to that manager in blue. You will get paid 3% of that volume. And they gave birth to that manager in orange. You will get paid 2%. Managers, we need to consistently do our 60 case credits and above every month because that is what a stable manager business is. And that is how you are able to get the benefits of the business as you are a manager that is building and rebuilding and not just getting to manager and saying, I've arrived. You need to consistently work on your business. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to check. I'm going to ask if my guest is here in the meeting so that she can share her screen and share her story. Sorry, Thato, are you here? Uh, okay.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you so much, Coach, for an insightful presentation. As the presentation will resume, I've asked you to give me an opportunity at that point because that's when we actually capture a lot of people that are currently in the meeting. As time goes, we lose a lot of our prospects because it is obviously a bit late and some people are off to work tomorrow. So that is the reason that I asked you to allow me just after the marketing plan, because that's where we capture a lot of our numbers. Thank you so much. Your presentation was precise. I don't even know if I should continue because you've explained everything so much in detail. And, I'm just going to be sharing with you what she has already shared, just putting a human behind everything that she has shared. And, yes, the presentation was truly, truly amazing. And just simply showing you that we all started not knowing, we all started scared, but we remained because we saw what it was possible for us within this amazing business opportunity. Good evening, everyone, again, and thank you so much for being here this evening up until this time. I would really not take a lot of your time, but I will go through a bit of what Forever has done for me and my family, how I got started. So as you leave this meeting, you will leave knowing a bit better, understanding that challenges do come for all of us in the business, but it is worth you staying the course because you are not only going to benefit, you're going to start of wanting one thing, the next thing you are going to benefit so many other things from the business opportunity as long as you're open-minded, dedicated, and willing to learn. So, ladies and gentlemen, January 2017, little did I know that I would turn what I was going through. I did not know that my breakthrough had come, and it came through a friend of mine who introduced me into Forever Living Business, who was invited to the business opportunity, and she asked me to tag along. And then when I got there, I got more interested than her because I was, going through a difficult time myself. Like I said, my name is Thato Moremong. I am a financial accountant by profession, and that does not matter in our business, really. I'm just showing you because a lot of people tend to think that network marketing is an industry where people have given up on themselves. They don't have anything else to do. But actually, network marketing is one business model that opens up your mind to so many possibilities. It is for people that don't want to stop learning. It is for people that are willing to be stretched. This is one industry where you will never hit the ceiling. So if you can just type a number, one on the comment section. If you are somebody that is currently in corporate, and if you are unemployed, type a number 2 on the comment section, just so that I have an idea. If you're a student, type a number 3 on the comment section. If you're somebody that has retired, because in network marketing, there's actually no age. There's no age limit here. You can type a number 4 just so that I can see the type of people that I'm speaking to. Like I said, at home, I was taught get educated. get educated, go to school, study as much as possible so that you can be employable. And that's exactly what I did. But for some of us, we don't come from backgrounds where we get our degrees and then life becomes easy. We need to go back home to go and fix. So if you are somebody that is experiencing black tax or have experienced black tax, please type a number 7 on the comment section, because you are not alone. Some of us, we had to do that. We had to take our siblings to school. So life never started the same like other people, and I quickly saw that in corporate, it's not what you know, it is who you know. And that's when I realized that I need to find ways to diversify, to make another income stream, because I can't continue to complain about my boss, the economy. I can't continue to complain about, how things are so bad in my life. Oh my God, am I the only person feeling sorry for myself and all of that? So that is the reason why I started. 2 years prior, I was diagnosed with diabetes, high blood pressure, and I was also on antidepressants, living with antidepressants. So my health was at risk. The doctor told me that if I don't lose weight, I will definitely get a heart attack. And coming from a family where I lost both my parents, I really did not want my kids to experience what I experienced when I lost my parents. So for most of us in corporate, we look good every day. We show up every day. We are the best that we can be. But sometimes, and I know most people got paid today. It is not one of the, happiest days of their lives. But it's also such a reminder that, the income that they are making is not enough, because it has to stretch to so many things. And as things go up, like recently we've seen with the petrol prices, food prices have gone up, and there's a lot, electricity has gone up, and your income, you can cut as much as you want to, but at the end of the day, you need that extra. So I realized quickly in corporate that, you know what, I'm not going to get promoted as quickly as I want. So I need to find another way to build an income stream. But little to my knowledge did I ever think that selling a product would be something that literally turned my life around. So a side hustle isn't just for people who want to quit their 9 to 5. It is career insurance. We don't say quit your career, but we are rather saying add another income stream so that it stretches out to the things that cannot reach. Your salary cannot reach. And I was having a conversation with one of my ex-colleagues, and she was talking about how her son is going to a tertiary, actually is completing this year, and how the unemployment rate is currently. Because you can take your kids to the best school, you can educate them to the highest of quality, but if you do not build a business where there is unemployment right now in South Africa, and they can come in and build the business with you, they are going to sit there with that beautiful paper, they're going to sit there with that beautiful graduation gown, with that beautiful, pictures that you took as a family, but they will still not be employed. And what I love about network marketing is that the business is, as much as it starts with as little as 7,400 rands, but your kids can inherit it. And if you've got 18-year-olds in your household, they can actually benefit from this business. We all have a past, ladies and gentlemen. There's no use for us to look back and start feeling sorry for ourselves. Oh, I come from this type of family. If you are somebody that actually is saying, I come from a disadvantaged family, type a 1 on the comment section, and that should be the last. You should be the last person ever to say those words. Your kids must never ever say they come from a disadvantaged background when you have heard of Forever Living products, because we can work as much as we want to, we can study as much as we want to, we can get to the top of the corporate ladder, but our kids will never inherit our qualifications, nor will they inherit our experience. So being in network marketing, you are also opening them up to being self-sufficient even the day that you are not here. Like my parents, they did not join Forever Living. They believed in employment, and that is why today I'm a big believer in educating my daughter about network marketing, for her not to look down on people that are selling, to actually look at them as courageous people, because it takes somebody very courageous to believe so much in themselves, to believe so much in their future income, in their future lifestyle, because that's actually what we believe in network marketing. We start off just looking for that extra 3,000 trends, but then it starts to grow and life starts to change. So life before Forever Living, I was just a normal corporate girly, living from hand to mouth, driving a basic car, living in a basic place, sharing an apartment with friends, living with my daughter. Actually, I joined the business just so that I can pay school fees on time, because it used to be my biggest stumbling block. When my salary is done, when the debit orders are done, when, I've paid back the loans that took me to school, when I've paid the mashonisa, when I've paid the lady that does tea for me at work, when I've paid everybody else, I would wonder how I would survive the month. And that brought up a lot of financial stresses. And that is why I ended up on antidepressants as well. So you are here today because somebody has invited you. Somebody saw it fit. For you to see this opportunity. We are living in a world where people don't share about what they do. Think about the richest person in your community. Have they knocked at your door and asked you and actually came to tell you what they do for a living? And you can type on the comment section if it's a yes or no. People that we admire in our communities, they never come up to our doors and tell us what they do, but network marketers. And that is actually the reason why a lot of people don't believe in network marketing, because we are conditioned to believe that we don't share what we have. Now, in network marketing, we are forced to share what we have and what we know. And that's exactly what my friend did. Right here in the orange, she introduced me. She said to me Friday after we got paid, Friday was the only day that, when we got paid, was the only day that we ate Nando's. After that, we are only going to eat Nando's the following month. I think in the 9 years that I've worked, you can multiply the number of times I actually ate Nando's, because you only eat it when you get paid. After that, it's back to taking lunch to work, because there is actually no money. Things were so bad that I sometimes needed to leave my car and take public transport because I don't have money to get to work. So she said to me, you know what, I'm invited to this business opportunity. Come with me on a Saturday. And I went with her. When I got there, I was so excited. I think she just showed us the slide just before she introduced me. She just showed us the slide where she is actually talking about making an extra 6,000. When they showed us how to make an extra 6,000, that convinced me. That actually got me excited, because I was not even looking for 6,000. I saw that 6,000 as, wow, it's even over and above what I'm looking for. Because at the time, I was just simply looking for an extra 6,000 rands. So my friend introduced me into the business. I signed up immediately. I did not have the money to sign up like most people, which sometimes can be the biggest stumbling block in other people's journeys. So I did not have the money to sign up. But what I did was I made a bold decision. I took action. I stopped feeling sorry for myself, and I said, because forever there's no joining fee, I reversed my card debit order. I did not pay school fees in January 2017, and I decided to buy my box. So ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could tell you that it's going to be different for you. You are going to have to take a drastic measure in order for you to join this business, because there is never going to be a time where you have the 7,400, There's never going to be a time where you feel ready. There's never going to be a time where you've got customers and you are guaranteed success. We all start out not knowing. But what is so amazing about Forever Living is that the business comes with a mentor. Oh my God. For me, that was a plus. And I could do the business part-time. I could just sell 2 aloe vera gels in a day and I could make 6,000 rands. I did not even look at the part where they said you are signing up people. I was so crazy because I understand money. When they said you were making 30% profit at the minimum level, I lost my mind because it means that the quality of the products, these people are sure about their products because there's no company that actually offers 30% at the beginning. In fact, when you go and do your research about network marketing companies, most network marketing companies offer 30% at the highest level, which is manager level. But with us, it's 48%. So 3 months after we started, I was excited. People did not join. I did not look the part, but people knew the product. You know, people are convinced by looks, people are convinced by success. I did not have it, I did not look it. So I went out and I sold the product because people knew the product and how effective it was. People came back with testimonies, shared more testimonies, you know, with people, used the product on myself. I started feeling better. I started, you know, when I went to my checkup, the doctor asked me, what are you taking? You know, and I said, I'm taking aloe vera gel and it's making me feel so, I've got so much energy and I'm not feeling sorry. I'm not feeling depressed anymore. I'm not feeling down. I actually want to get up and go. And the doctor's like, you know what, we'll have to reduce this medication that you are taking because it looks like you are doing much more better. I think for me, it was a mental shift. It was not even a physical shift. It was the fact that I now have something to look forward to. I'm now excited. I now have daily money as a single mother. Daily money is very important. There is electricity, there is food, there is, you know, when a child comes back and say, we need money for school, tomorrow there's a school trip, you don't start hating on the teachers. You don't start saying, you know, these teachers, where do they think I'm getting money from? Which are some of the things that I used to say sometimes because I'm so broke. But when my child came back from school, there was money available. I've sold the product. You know, I was excited. I started living again. So the first thing that I can ever tell you, Forever gave me my life back. Forever gave me my identity. Forever reminded me who I was. 3 months after we started, as excited as I was, the person that signed me up said to me, Thato, this is not for me. So let me tell you, success is not a group work. Goals are not a group work. Somebody said to me today, Thato, I'm not going to join your team. I'm going to join my cousin's team because my cousin has just also joined. I've seen that a lot in the business. Usually those people come back and say, Thato, I should have actually joined your team. My cousin quit after 3 weeks. So God has assigned the person that sent you this link. You are not here by mistake. It's because God has heard your cry when you said, I want more time with my kids. I want better health. I want more success. God heard you and God has assigned somebody. And I thank God that God had assigned, you know, my mentor Kumo, who introduced me into the business, who I saw her success and who taught me about 4Ks credits, honoring 4Ks credits. I've been doing 4Ks credits for 9 years, and 4Ks credits is money. You know, when somebody doesn't do it, it means they don't want money. And I always ask myself, then why are you here? Because you are in a business. Then how is your business profitable? How is somebody going to join you and know that you are making money? So when she told me about 4CC, I remember the first time I had just joined on the 20th because I worked for a bank. I used to get paid on the 21st. And then I just had a few days before month end. I did not pay rent that month and I did my 4Ks credits. And because God knows and God sees, customers came flying in that month. That is when my belief actually grew because I had so much extra income. So you're going to meet amazing people, your mentor, your mentor's mentor, your mentor's mentor's mentor. There's always somebody to look forward to, to look up to, and somebody, that is going to help you on your way. So family will come for miles to bury you, but they will not cross a street to support you. I hear a lot of people saying, Thato, I've got a small circle. How am I going to sell these products? My friends and family, there's 3 people in the family that are already selling. People will tell you so many objections. But let me tell you, you are going to build this business with complete strangers. You are going to build this business with complete strangers. If you are blessed enough to have family members be part of your team, that is just a blessing. But in most cases, family members that join your team will actually drag you down. So actually, you actually want to work with strangers, people that know nothing about you, people that you have the same goals with, people that are committed just as you are committed. So I started my journey in January 2017. 5 months after starting, I was working in a toxic working environment. I decided that, you know what, I'm going to give Forever Living 1 year of hard work and dedication. And then the following year, I would go back and look for a job again and do the business part-time. But I never did that. 5 months after starting the business as an assistant supervisor, I retired from my profession. I gave myself peace of mind. I'm not advising you to do the same thing. For me, my environment was actually killing me one day at a time. So I needed to make a very solid decision. In fact, I wanted to resign, but I didn't have a plan. When Forever came, I knew that, okay, I can make this amount of money by actually selling this amount of products. Then I would reach my salary and I could meet my commitments, and then I would build up in a year. So I had given myself a year, but actually a lot happened in a year. 5 months after retiring from my profession, 7 months later, I became a supervisor. I had nobody. She spoke about supervisors. I had no team member. Nobody had joined my team when I became a supervisor. Believe me, nobody had joined my team. I became a supervisor through retailing and just the products. And I was actually very intentional about selling my products and sharing my products. And I was also feeling good. And she spoke about the first point of reference is you using the product. I started using the product, and that's where my belief grew. And that's why I stayed. And that's why I'll never quit Forever, because there's no products like Forever Living products. There's no products that are going to give you good health and also be able to finance whatever dream that you might have. And then in September of 2017, I became a brand new manager because I knew how to become a supervisor all by myself. I recruited 5 people and I taught them how to get to supervisor automatically. That got me to manager. So in order for you to get to manager in Forever, you don't need 100 people. You just need a strategy, and for you to understand how you did it so that you can go and teach. Leaders are people that lead in network marketing are earners. So you need to lead by example. So I led by example. They got me in the business. I was a super retailer, and I went back and I taught them, you're going to consume the products. You're also going to become a super retailer, and you're also going to bring in people. Even if people don't come, you're going to move up. You are able to move up without a team to supervisor. And that's what they did. And I became a supervisor, a manager with 120 case credits. And before I was even at a point where I was on the car incentive, which she will talk about, the car incentive, I was able to buy a car. I remember receiving my first manager income. It was 36,000 rands. In 2017, that felt like I was a millionaire. That felt like I had asked for a loan from a bank, and I was so excited. And I bought myself a car. Let me tell you a fun fact about myself. In my family, nobody owns a car. My mom and my dad passed away without owning a car. This was my second car. Some of us, ladies and gentlemen, are here to break generational curses. Some of us are the chosen ones in our family to lead the way, to show the way, even if it's difficult, even if your family doesn't support you, even if your friends don't support you, God will support you. And this was just the beginning. The bad news is that time flies, and the good news is that you are the pilot. So there have been a lot of challenges. People, took the products, didn't pay me back. People joined the team and quit. Downlines talked about me negatively. There's ups and downs. It's a business. There's challenges. You cannot want to be in a business, any form of business, and don't expect challenges. It is going to grow you. It is going to develop you. You're going to become better so that you know how you can tell the next person, hey, you know what? I've also gone through this situation myself. So the challenges are there, temptation is there, but I assure you, have integrity in forever. There is a big enough pie for all of us. All of us can make money as much as we all want to. There is no ceiling in forever. So have integrity. And that's what has kept me in the business, having integrity and being honest with the people that I sign up and even with my team members on the reality of moving up and what happens at every level. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Thato Moremong. I'm currently a soaring manager in the Forever Living Business Marketing Plan. I am an Eagle manager, a senior Eagle manager. I am a Forever to Drive qualifier. I am a Global Rally qualifier. I'm also a Chairman's Bonus qualifier, ladies and gentlemen. When I started in Forever, I was number whatever thousands of distributors that are out there. But currently, my business is the biggest 50th business in Southern Africa. I acknowledge this because there are so many people that join Forever Living, but none ever get to make it to the top 50, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been on the top 50 for many, many years. Forever has different ranks. You choose where you want to be. Nobody forces you. And says that you must stay at manager. If you want to be a senior manager, if you want to be a diamond sapphire manager, if you want to be a double diamond manager, there is no interview. Nobody's going to sit down and negotiate whether you're going to be at this level or not. You put yourself where you want to be. So make yourself a priority. At the end of the day, you are your biggest priority, commitment. So, ladies and gentlemen, what has Forever really done for me? Forever has restored my confidence as a single mom. The stigma of being a single mom, people looking down on you, people thinking that your kids will never amount to anything because you are raising kids alone, people thinking that you are always going to compromise on your life. I don't live that life. Yes, I am a single mom raising my kids alone, but my kids don't feel the difference because Forever stepped in as a father, as a reliable father, as a consistent father, as a dedicated father to my children, ladies and gentlemen. And today I can tell you, 9 years later, it is the gift that keeps giving. I'm grateful that I don't have to wake up and report to anyone. I don't have to wake up, ladies and gentlemen, and go and be abused by somebody. I am at home with my children. I drop them off. I'm present with the things that they are doing, and I can still make 3 times, 4 times, 10 times better than what I used to make. At the same time, I can get to take care of my health. When I started my journey with Forever, ladies and gentlemen, I was 165 kgs. To date, I am only 100 kgs, ladies and gentlemen. I have lost a whole human being. I've lost over 55 kilograms using the Forever Living products, which has brought my confidence back, which has developed a solid customer base. Even in months where people are not joining, there is a solid income coming from my customers because they believe in me. They see the results. They look at my skin. My skin is communicating with them. They look at my body and where I come from, and my body is communicating with them. So be a super user of the products. Use it on your children. Use it on your parents. Use the products. People are going to say to you, you've changed. People are going to try and make you feel bad about how you've developed as a person. And I remember my friends and family used to say, when you are always away, we are not inviting you because you are never going to come. You're always with these people, always talking business. Oh my God, you're so boring. I'd rather talk business than talk about other people, ladies and gentlemen. That's my new life. That's the life I decided to commit to. I would rather focus on building myself, building my character, changing who I am, than going to talk about somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm a proud ambassador of the weight management products. I have rewritten my story. Imagine when I joined Forever Living, I did not even have a waist. When I joined Forever Living, I did not have a waist. I had 3 chins here. I had 3 chins. But today, look at the confidence. You are seeing a totally different person. So, ladies and gentlemen, how you look like today, it's not how you're going to look like when you get committed to your goals, when you get committed to your dreams, when you get committed to using and sharing the products with others as well. So, 2 years after joining Forever Living Products, I remember going to the product center. I used to go to the product center often. I'm a super retailer. So I did not want my customers to wait. So I used to go to the product center a lot. And one day I went to the product center and I saw an Evoke. And this was Tobeka Mabanga's Evoke at the time. I remember taking a picture there and saying, one day is one day. Little did I know that one day for me was 24 months later. I was able to buy myself a Range Rover Evoque 24 months later. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, I was employed for 9 years and I was driving a Polo and I had no plans of changing that car because there was no income for me to change that car. But in Forever, the dream became bigger and bigger and bigger, and the faith started to grow. So you are going to want to quit. It is going to get hard. You're going to meet amazing people that are going to come in. You're going to love them. And at some point, they're going to leave. Let them go. Bless and release. Continue with the journey because God has sent you here to come and relieve his children from the chains of poverty, from struggle, from illnesses. So you need to continue the journey, even though you leave the ones you love behind. This is the day where I was actually, during COVID, I was actually able to purchase my mother's house that was on auction, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine, my mom died so many years ago. Her house was on auction, that, insurance didn't pay, but through Forever Living, I was able to pay that house. So for some of us guys, when we get excited about Forever, it has done beyond what our mind can fathom. Forever Living has given my daughter a life-changing surgery, which I can only be grateful for the day that I said yes. Had I said no, my parents wouldn't have new homes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, life would have been difficult. I would have been one of those people saying, I'm bewitched. I would have been one of those people saying, you know what? Somebody at work is after me. No, nobody's after you. You just need to work hard. You just need to commit. You just need to be dedicated. As much as you are committed to gossip, be committed to your business, be committed to your health, and see what happens. I have nothing in common with lazy people who blame others for their lack of success. Great things come from hard work and perseverance. And because of Forever Living, this is something I never asked for. This is not what I came here for. I came here for an extra 3,000 rands. Ladies and gentlemen, but I'm an international traveler. I'm a globe trotter. My first international trip with Forever, I went to Sweden, a country that I did not even know it exists. I remember while we were in the plane, they said everything is for free. So because me being me, I wanted to test the system. So I started eating everything, drinking everything because I wanted to test if, this was really true. So I did not even know of countries like Singapore. I did not know about Bali, but I got to know life started changing. I started developing. I started being around successful people that talk about international travel. I remember having a conversation with my relatives about my international travels, and then they said I'm bragging. I then realized I'm around the wrong people here, because when my mentors talk about their international travels, I actually got inspired and I actually wanted to do more so that I can achieve more. I've been to so many countries. I've been to Thailand, I've been to Phuket, I've been to, there's been so many countries, so many celebrations. I never thought in my life I would fit in a bikini. But ladies and gentlemen, with Forever Living, there is nothing that is impossible. So the best is yet to come. There is more that is awaiting you. There is no need for you to join that WhatsApp group and put money aside and say that you are putting money to go to Cape Town at the end of the year or go to Durban. In Forever Living, it's a normal lifestyle. Traveling to Dubai becomes a normal lifestyle. It is something I never knew about. I took a personal trip. There's been many personal trips that I have taken with Forever Living. Now, Thato, are what makes you different? What makes you win in Forever? What makes you unique? Why are you 9 years later still in this business? Why are you 9 years later still believing in this business? It is because I share my story unapologetically. So I will continue to share my story because I know that somebody here tonight is going to leave this meeting motivated, inspired, and to remember their dreams as well. I am a level 2 Forever to Drive qualifier. After I drove a Range Rover, ladies and gentlemen, I bought myself a BMW X3. This is somebody that comes from a family that has never owned a car in their lives. I'm currently a driver of a Mercedes-Benz C220D. Again, I joined Forever not for the cars, for an extra 3,000 rands. But look at the transformation. Look at the mindset. Look at the growth. Even when people left, I stayed. Even when customers did not buy, I did not say Forever doesn't work, but I remembered what it had done for me. A lot of people nowadays in network marketing, they don't appreciate the extra 100 rands that they make. And the minute God notices that you are ungrateful, you have an extra 100 rands that you never had before, but you are going to be ungrateful. For me, I always look back and I say, I would have never traveled when I used to be employed. I would have never driven the cars that I would have driven. Forever, I don't care whichever season it might be, I will stay forever. Life has changed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm around women that are empowered. I'm surrounding myself with sisters. I'm learning from everybody. I'm empowering, powerful women in my team. Financial freedom is not just a dream, it's a reality for those that exist. I go out there, I get approached. People approach me to come and share my story because I am that unapologetic. I share it again and again and again without losing heart. I remember somebody saying, hey, we are going to get tired of you being a single mom. And I said, you will get tired. I will continue sharing. Even when I'm not a single mom, you will not know. I will continue talking about single mom because I know the pains of single moms. I know what they go through. I know how much they want to give their kids the best. But sometimes they even have to compromise their own dreams in order for them to be who they want to be. I've been to many podcasts, ladies and gentlemen, radio stations, sharing my story. And recently I've been approached. If you would have ever told me that in my life, as somebody that was 165 kgs when I joined this business, that a fitness brand would come to me and say, hey, can you please collaborate with us on this new set that we have? I would have told you never. That can never happen. I never saw myself as a fitness model. I never saw myself losing the weight. But listen, the consistency, the dedication, the discipline, the focus. Even when people did not believe in me, I still believed in myself. I looked at my children's eyes and it reminded me why I need to wake up another day to try again, to keep trying again. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing as sweet. There is nothing as sweet as picking up your children. There is nothing as sweet as your children saying, look at that's my mom, and your kids are proud because you look good, and there's nothing as sweet as you exploring even different types of talents. I tried golfing. I try many things actually because I have the time to do things that set my soul on fire. As much as I have a business, I can still do things that set my soul on fire. I was able to buy my kids a home, coming back from a family, guys, where, my parents, themselves, their finances were not enough to secure a home for us. In fact, Forever has bought my parents a home, and Forever has also bought me a home. And that I will forever be grateful, because generational curses have broken down, ladies and gentlemen. So my yes was not just my yes. Kumo's yes was not just her yes. Catherine's yes was not just her yes. It was my yes for me to live in my house and drive the cars and the lifestyle that I get to live. Forever is a business where you get to wine and dine with with the country sales manager, with the president, with the CEO of the company. Here, everybody that is at the top. You know them personally. They know you by name. So this was a recent Cape Town tour, and I was so glad to be, one of the people that got to qualify for a 13th check. Last year, I got the opportunity to travel to Paris. Like I said, even when I mentioned the countries, I forgot Paris. Paris is one of the countries that I got to travel to with my sister as a +1. We got to see the where the champagnes are made. We got to see the Eiffel Tower. In fact, you could see the Eiffel Tower from the room where I was staying. Every single morning, every single night, we could see where the Eiffel Tower was. So we got to see the Eiffel Tower in the morning. I got to see the Arc de Triomphe. This is where some of the best musicians play. Some of the best artists showcase their pieces. I got to go where Moet and Shandon is done. I got to learn a bit of French as well. I didn't do the shopping, but next time I'll do the shopping. Next time I'll have the budget for it. But I got to literally walk the streets of Paris and see people queue at a shop like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, these well expensive brands. They got to queue there as if they are buying bread, as if they are buying something cheap. That is the reality of traveling to Europe, and Forever had given me that opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. So that 7,400 rands, it is so worth it. I'm also a senior Eagle manager, ladies and gentlemen. In that year, I got to qualify, and I went to Phuket on a random Tuesday. We were sipping cocktails, taking amazing pictures, scuba diving, doing things that set your soul on fire. When you look back, when you're in these trips and you look back at the people that say no, you actually feel sorry for them. When somebody rejects the opportunity, or somebody doesn't want to use the product, or somebody doesn't take the opportunity seriously, you actually feel sorry for them. Like, oh my God, do you know what you are missing? Do you know the kind of lifestyle you could have when you take this business seriously? I am a chairman's bonus qualifier, and unfortunately, we don't show how much we get as a 13th check. This is a 13th check that we get with Forever. As you see, we get paid in dollars, and it was transferred into my account in rands. And I was able to pay for an all expenses paid trip for my daughter. Guys, as a single mother, I got to pay for my daughter to be able to go to a trip to the UK for 10 days. As you can see, it was not the whole school. Other children that had their mother and their father that are saying they can't tell, they don't want Forever. Forever is not for them. Their children were not part of this group. because they take their qualifications by their shoulders. They take their social standards by their shoulders. They take everything personally. They don't understand the importance of an extra income. An extra income is an income that will do the things that your salary cannot reach, ladies and gentlemen. Not that you are poor. No, it has nothing to do with your social standard, but it has everything to do with where you don't want to see yourself. Also in Cape Town, I got my 13th check as well. And my daughter will be traveling again to Italy, Slovenia, Austria, and Germany as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are international travelers in my house, and that is the life and the lifestyle that Forever Living has given us because of dedication, closing my ears. So many people told me that I'm moving my mentor up. So many people told me that I'm doing this. People at the top are winning. People try to give me negativity. I always remind myself that without Forever, I would not wake up in this house with my kids under a safe roof, with a nice car, with good health. I would not. So I always become grateful with everything that I have instead of being ungrateful. So if you don't design your own life path, chances are you'll fall into somebody else's plan. And guess what? They have nothing much planned for you. So success depends on you, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the end of my story. I hope that I have inspired you. I hope that I've left you motivated. I hope that tomorrow you are going to make that firm decision and you're going to tell yourself that, you know what? It doesn't matter what happens. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and I wish you nothing but success. Let us meet at the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do I say after such a moving testimony? Haibo, can I get those fire emojis? Because I, honestly, actually, I blame you, Coach Tato, for doing this to me because after your story, I don't think there's anything else I want to share. Honestly, I am blown away. I am blown away because what kind of opportunity is this? I don't know. As a mom, this hit home for me. What kind of life do you want for your kids? What kind of life do you want for yourself? What kind of life do you want for in terms of your health? What really matters the most to you? She was excellent. She was excellent. And I believe that she did not just share her story, she shared a story for me and you to see ourselves through her story and say, if she could do it, put the excuses aside and work her business, which by the way is not easy. We all know it is not easy to build something meaningful. But if you have a strong why and you are determined and you have a crystal clear vision of what you want, no matter the setbacks, no matter the challenges, you move forward. She said, when people who join you decide to leave, they are not leaving you, they are leaving their businesses. Let them go. Bless and release. I have so many takeaways. I have so many takeaways. Thank you so much. This really is proof that this business works for those that have a bigger vision. I said in the beginning, bring an open mind. I don't know why you are here in this meeting, but with an open mind and such a testimony, your life should never be the same. Do not allow your life in December next year, this time, to be the same because you heard her story and you decided that, it's too good to be true. Oh, let me go and find the money. We sing that chorus until a year goes by, 2 years, 3 years, and then the package goes up and you say, I was going to join, but now the price has increased. Make that decision. If it matters the most to you, make that decision. How urgent is it, ladies and gentlemen, for you to change your lives? How urgent is it, fellow FBO, for you to change your life? Because you now have this opportunity. You're in this business, but if you do not follow what the company says about making money in the business, you're going to be inspired, you're going to be challenged, but nothing is going to change. Because if you are here to make money, then 4CC is non-negotiable for you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I would like to appreciate my guest, and I would also like, with her permission, to proceed with the rest of the presentation. At this point, I want to touch on the incentives that we have at Forever. She has mentioned some of the incentives in terms of our travel opportunities, our car incentives, and the like. I will go into detail with what Forever is offering to us as members. One of the incentives that I love so much is the Forever to Drive. Forever is saying, if you work hard, if you put in the work for 3 consecutive months, doing the work with your team, I am going to give you a car allowance, allowing you to buy the car of your dreams. If you need a car, please type a 3 in the comment section. If the car you are driving is an A to B car, it's not your dream car, it's not the car that you've always wanted, but it's the car that you just can afford for now. It's the car that your employer probably, affords you. She showed us a Polo. Thato, can I share that? That was my first car while employed as a nurse. It really hit home. It hit home. I was driving a very old 2006 Polo Vivo, and I saw that's where you started. But as soon as you got to Forever, you started to see a Range Rover as something that is within reach. That is what Forever is going to do for you. These, ladies and gentlemen, are not pictures we took from Pinterest or from magazines. These are our leaders in the business. This is Zenkosis Kosana, all the way from the Western Cape. Look at that beast. Look at that machine. Forever ladies don't play when it comes to machines, all right? This is Esvida from Namibia. Look at the car that she's driving. Esvida joined the business the same year that I joined the business in 2024. Can you believe it? Forever is for people that have the vision. This is Mr. B, a former security guard. Can you believe it? There with his Unokwaja. This is a car that could easily be R1,000,000, but because Forever does not discriminate based on your background, based on where you come from, it is an opportunity for all. He was able to qualify for the Forever to Drive and buy himself that machine. That is Coach Nana there with her Porsche. Oh, Forever is going to teach you how to pronounce cars, okay? That is what Forever is going to do for you. And that is Tamara Nyati with her recent machine. My goodness, Forever is going to allow you to buy the car of your dreams. So be serious when it comes to that vision board. We have a verse there in Hosea 2 that says, write the vision down. When it comes to goal setting, which we do with our mentors when you join the business, please don't play with that opportunity. Be serious about the things that you want, because in the beginning, it may look like it is a very far-fetched dream, but through hard work, consistency, and never giving up on your dreams, it is possible to achieve them. And then we have Duna Rabai from Botswana with her Range Rover. I think I recently saw that she qualified for level 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Forever to Drive, which means that's more money going towards, whatever that she wants. If it's a home, Forever gives you that money. It is not limited to cars. So we have 3 levels in the business. You work for level 1 by doing 50 cc's with your team in the first month, 100 cc's in the second month, and 150 cc's. And Forever is going to give you an extra 7,000 per month for 36 months. Yes, that money is going to be going into your account for 3 years, and that's a total of 252,000. Level 2, we have 75 cc's, 150, and 225 cc's in the third month. And Forever is going to give you an extra 10,500 per month. That's an 378,000 in 3 years. And then we have level 3, where you do 100 cc's, 200 and 300 cc's respectively, and you get an extra 14,000 per month. What would you do with an extra 14,000 a month for 3 years, for 36 months. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to note that revenue is not guaranteed forever. Whatever we show here is what you could achieve if you are consistent, if you persevere, if you put in the skills required, and you commit to going in all the way. Now, let us see in the comment section if we have people that like to travel. Please give me a 3 in the comment section if you are saying, I love to travel. We always chant in our meetings and say, "Ongandizanga uzondiza." How many people are in this meeting and are saying, I've never been on a plane and I want that life for myself? Ladies and gentlemen, within my first month of joining Forever, our mentor gave us an incentive and I flew all the way from Eswatini to Johannesburg. I didn't even know that it takes only 55 minutes to go to Joburg because I was used to being on the road for close to 6 hours, trying to get to Johannesburg. That's when I believed that in Forever, ongandizanga uzondiza. Now flying is a staple in my life. It's a regular. Whenever I go to the airport, they ask me, so yeah, big at the times, so where are you going? Because you guys are always traveling. That's the lifestyle at Forever. She talked about people trying to travel and putting aside 3,000 a month for a whole year, trying to travel. In Forever, you work your business and the company rewards you with a holiday. I'm going to unpack the 3 travel incentives that we have at Forever. As you see, there our leaders are in all these exotic places. I can see members there. They are in Bali. I can see there's Thailand there. I can see in Dominican Republic where there's the olive fields. I can see all these nice places. Forever is going to allow you to turn those screenshots and those Pinterest boards into a reality. If you want this lifestyle, you need to be willing to work for it. The first incentive is the Global Rally Incentive. Forever is saying from the 1st of January to the 31st, work your business and meet our company targets. And if you do this, you are able to qualify for a trip that you're going to take in April the following year. This year, we were supposed to go to Dubai for the Global Rally. Unfortunately, due to the global unrest, we were unable to, and we went to Cape Town for our world tour. In 2027, we are working towards Hong Kong. We already have members that have awakened their inner dragon and they've already qualified for the Global Rally in 2027. Forever is for people that are willing to put in the work. If you're willing to put in the work, you're going to experience, a luxury in terms of travel in Forever. The second incentive in terms of travel is to the Dominican Republic. At the beginning of the session, I shared that Forever owns alu farms in the Dominican Republic. So through this incentive, members that are able to double their efforts from the previous year are able to travel to the alu fields in the Dominican Republic, where they are able to learn about the origins of our product, see the production of the aloe, network with other Forever business owners. And you know what's amazing about this incentive? Forever is going to book an entire private jet to accommodate these members, to fly these members to the aloe fields and the processing facility. Who wouldn't want this life? Who wouldn't want this life? This happens in February. So this one happened on the 16th to the 20th of February. We have another one coming up in 2027. Now, I want to talk about what we as part of our global rally travel, we have a chairman's bonus. So the company proceeds to share profits, with outstanding members, those that have done well in their business. The company does not keep and eat all those profits. They come back to share their profits with qualifying members. If you see your sponsor, your friend, or the person that invited you, please just give them a fire emoji in the comment section. In the interest of time, I will not be able to read, but these are members that have done an exceptional job. They were able to receive their checks in Cape Town, and this is something that me and you can work towards if we are focused. And now we also have 2.5K qualifiers. Again, these are outstanding members that have worked towards their check, and Forever rewards hard work. We always say Forever akawadle mandle mundo, right? We say Forever will always reward those that work extra hard. So these are the 3.5K qualifiers. Again, it's those people that go the extra mile in terms of their belief, in terms of their product consumption, their team building efforts, the way they mentor and give back to their teams. This is going to be shown in the way, the company pays you. So if you're someone that is saying, I put in so much in my job, I come in early and I leave very late. I'm in every meeting, every strategy, I'm always leading. My friend, this is the business you should be reward hard workers. Maybe you are just rewarded with a cup of employee of the month every end of the year on that Christmas party at work. Come to forever. You are going to see what real recognition and appreciation looks like. And this is not just in terms of words, but also in terms of the way the company compensates us. So congratulations to all our qualifiers, our global rally qualifiers, and these are the 12.5K qualifiers. We have Kuchu Kanyane from South Africa. She went all the way to 12.5K's credits, and this is really, really commendable, putting us on the global map. And we also have Mr. Begisi Sambata, a legacy business, if you ask me. This is a business that has carried on, from generation to generation, and he has done exceptionally well with 15,000 K's credits and making it to level 3 chairman's bonus and standing ovation for our mentors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, give us the fire emojis in the comment section as we celebrate them Selegus who did 25K's credits in 2025. Again, this is something that is not known, that is new in our, African community. They have broken all records and all limits. And this is proof that me and you can do it too. These are our mentors, ladies and gentlemen. In our business, success leaves clues. If the people that are mentoring you are doing well, then all you have to do is to stay teachable and work towards, the same incentives, because it is very, very possible. So we want to celebrate also our chairman's bonus qualifiers. And also now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to touch on another global travel incentive that we have, and this is called the EMR. The EMR, ladies and gentlemen, every year Forever gives managers an opportunity to travel to an exotic location. This is an incentive that we start working for from the 1st of May to 30 April every year. Hello, who is going for Eagle next year? We already have started. You need to do your 4CCs every month. You need to try and do at least 60K credits every month, and you need to consistently build your team and raise new supervisors. Can we celebrate these members that did their Eagle in 2025? Forever rewarded them with a holiday to Phuket in Thailand. This is really, really amazing. Well done, leaders. You are showing us that Forever is for the forecast. You can do it as well. Well done, leaders. We just got our qualifiers for our current Eagle just got announced. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to celebrate those members that have made it to our EMR for 2026, which we are going to be hosting as South Africa. This is really, really a big deal for us. We are going to be in Sun City. Well done, leaders, for those that have qualified. I am proud to say today we received our updates for Sun City, and it is starting to get real. It is starting to get real. And as a first time Eagle qualifier, I am super excited to experience what Forever has for us in terms of this travel incentive. In 2027, we have our Eagle Manager Retreat going to Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, we have started. The work has started. So if you are looking to going to Dubai and making it to this EMR, you are going to leave no stone unturned in your team building efforts, in your sales efforts, so that you make it to Dubai in 2027. And this is a very, very big deal for us as Forever business owners, because we missed Dubai in 2026. So now it's our opportunity to be able to travel to Dubai in 2027. If you're asking me, can I do this thing? Who exactly can join this business? It looks like a business for a certain kind of people. When I look at this slide, I'm reminded that forever is an opportunity for all. I see an accountant, I see a teacher, I see a security guard, I see people from the construction industry, I see people from the hotel industry, I see people that do not even have titles, because sometimes society boxes us by giving us titles according to our education, according to, what society considers a respectful career. Ladies and gentlemen, forever is for someone with a dream, someone who wants better for themselves, someone who wants a different reality for their children, someone who wants a different reality and wants to rewrite their story. Because if you look at your qualifications, sometimes as professionals, we box ourselves and we allow ourselves to stay where we are because I am educated, I'm a nurse, I'm educated, I'm a teacher. Forever is for people with a dream. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to be coached, if you're willing to put in the work, then forever is for you. Is it going to work for you? Maybe you're asking yourself. If you take it seriously, yes, it is a business. It may not look like a business because we're doing it in our pajamas at home, but please believe me when I say it is a serious business. Take it seriously, put in the time and the effort that is required, then you will see the results. Be willing to work closely with the person that has invited you to this meeting. Be coachable and attend all trainings. Forever is a generous business when it comes to mentoring us. So you need to just avail yourself and make sure that you catch up on all those online trainings, attend the master classes, because that is how you're going to grow in the business. Make sure that you commit the time. Again, time is important. It is part of the capital that is required for the business. We find people saying, I'm just waiting to have the money, without understanding that time is part of building the business. It's not just the money that is required. Be self-motivated. Forever is for people that are self-driven. Do not be a wheelbarrow, someone who's always going to be waiting for their leader to remind them what to do in the business. You need to be self-motivated as much as you have a mentor, but this is your business. So you need to show initiative and take initiative and show up, so that you are able to reap the rewards that are available at Forever, and be willing to think big and dream big. Set goals for yourself, and we set goals every day. We strategize and we re-strategize, because that is how this business is built. As soon as you join, sit your family down and tell them, I found the best business on earth. Please let us sit down and map what this business will help us with in the next 5 years. Where are we going to be? 10 years, 50. It may take time. That is what Hosea says, that it may tarry, but surely it shall come to pass. Be willing to set those goals, because if you don't set goals, you're always going to be complaining. People are not buying, people are not joining, because you do not know what you want for yourself. If you know what you want, it is easy. Even on the days when it's hard, you soldier on, because your vision is what pushes you forward. Commit to building a regular customer base. We are a product-based network marketing company. It is not enough for us to do presentations and share the opportunity. We need to be sharing the products and building a consistent customer base, and also building a team and developing key leaders in our teams, and share with the world. Do not gatekeep, do not prejudge, do not look at someone and think, this one wouldn't want to join. I hope my doctor is still in this meeting, because today I took my son to the doctor and I said, Doctor, would you like to learn more about this opportunity? Why? Because you never know. You never know who needs this opportunity. Do not prejudge. Don't look at people and think this one wouldn't need the opportunity. You never know. You are in this business because someone else shared. Keep sharing as well. You never know who will need the opportunity, and make sure that you have a great attitude. It is key. If you do not have a great attitude, you are ever going to be complaining. You are going to be the one who's going on TikTok to complain about everything, because you do not have a great attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, allow me to ask you, is it a yes? As you listen through, as you heard our guests, as you listen through and you were inspired by our guests, are you inspired to take action? It is not enough for us to hear and say, yo, I was inspired. You're that lady. Yo, there's so much money in Forever. it's time for you to make that decision. And that decision, you make it, by yourself. Married women, we have a tendency of saying, let me go and consult with my husband. Yet when we buy that weave or that bag, or we do whatever that we want to do in our homes, we are able to do it without consulting our husbands. But now when it's time for us to change our lives, we pretend that we need the buy-in of our partners. It's good to have a buy-in, from your partner, but the truth is that sometimes it takes just one person in the family to be stubborn and start this business and change their lives. Personally, I told my husband after I had made the decision to say, I've already called my mentor. I'm already in, because this is something that I discovered and I know it's going to change our lives. 2 years later, I am here exploring private schooling for our 4-year-old son. When I joined, he was only 18 months. And now I'm able to even think about upgrading our lifestyle and being able to take him to the best schools. Why? Because I did not consult. I did not consult. I made a decision to say, I want this business for us. What I heard there, he did not hear. He wasn't in that meeting. So I am going to join this business and he's going to learn along the way. He's going to see this business from me and he will believe when he sees my own transformation. So if it is a yes, book a planning session with your mentor. Get registered and start your journey. Do you know how this business is done? It doesn't matter. You are going to get a mentor, you're going to get accountability partners, you're going to have a community of people that truly want to see you win. Stop stressing and frustrating yourself about how will I sell? How will I recruit? Nobody knew those things. We just trusted that this is the best opportunity. And even today, we are still learning. Everyone is still learning because this business is all about continuous learning and growing. And now, if it is a no, sometimes it is a no, this business is not for everyone. That's just the reality. Our products are amazing. There's just that one product that you will relate with. Go and place that order with the person who invited you and explore our product range. Maybe, just maybe, it's not the right time for the business, but maybe the product is going to transform your life. And now, if you're on the fence, you think, I'm not too sure, I don't know, get your questions answered. Sometimes it's those questions that you have that are stopping you from making that decision. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying with us. We look forward to welcoming you to our forever family. From my house to you, it is a good evening. Thank you so much. My name is Lukhele and I will do forever, forever. Thank you so much and thank you to our amazing host and to our amazing guest, Siyabonga kakhulu.